So, go live. And there we go. Stream has, like, started now, basically. God. This is going to be an interesting one. We will see just how it goes. I've definitely got an idea for, what I'm going to be doing today. Is it anything, like, too shocking? I don't think so. But I suppose we'll see. We'll see just how this goes. Of course, giving it time for people to filter in, although it's not like there's any, like, particular need to, well, wait, we're not waiting for any sort of update or anything. I'm just giving myself some time to make sure I can iron out everything. Make sure the stream's gonna, you know, actually work properly. Which it should. It really should. But you never know. This is like, what, my 6th stream overall for in like recent times, so things may go wrong, but that's fine. That's fine. But basically, is there a good way to show what the idea is? Not really. I guess I can show, like, Limbus. It's a little weird. But wow. I guess my cursor goes below that, huh? That's a little annoying. Basically, speedrun time. It's gonna be a speedrun stream. That's the plan. Gonna try seeing how well we can speedrun Mirror Dungeon 2. Now, there are 2 ways to go about doing this. That's the thing. Either I can just keep on resetting until I actually get, lunar memory and then do a run with that, or I could just wing it. I'm definitely gonna wing it the first time. Then I might, you know, actually try just doing a run with lunar memory. Because, like, it's a tier 4, there's 10 tier 4s in the game, and each of them has such a low chance of appearing. That'll take forever to just reset and reset until that actually happens. Maybe I should try doing a speedrun of Mirror Dungeon 1 first. Actually, let me see. Mirror of the beginning. Okay. Then edit layout. I need to make like a technically like separate layout for Mirror Dungeon 1. Should be easy enough though. I accidentally saved over Mirror Dungeon 1. Ugh. I hit the wrong thing. Alright, I need to remake my Mirror Dungeon 2 splits now because I accidentally overwrote them. Whoops. Open layout, Mirror Dungeon 2. Edit splits. Insert below. Floor 4 and floor 5. And then as far as the icons go, I've got no idea. I'm just going with whatever. And that should be good enough. Like that. There we go. I think that is actually what I had it set to before. Roughly. Mirror of mirrors. Okay. Edit layout. Splits. Making sure they actually show up. And then I save this. So now I've got 2 different layouts. Mirror Dungeon 2 and Mirror Dungeon 1. So I can just switch between the 2 easily enough. Oop. That's not right. Mirror of the beginning. Okay. Save layout. Now I open layout. Mirror Dungeon 2. And it doesn't work like that. Alright. That's fine then. Oh well. Live splits is a little weird. So, you know, it's not exactly going as I would have hoped. That's fine. Could try doing just a random run to start out with. That's the thing. I don't really know. I don't really know what to do today. I'm just alternating between the screens because I definitely want to do the speed run. That's for sure. I guess you hear the background noise of Limbus because I'm using Limbus to actually play the music here. So, you're gonna hear noise. You want to hear Yi-song? There he is. I guess it's fine. I don't know. I'm just looking at random things now. I guess I don't really know. I guess I'll switch over to Limbus for this. I'm just going to choose whatever here. This is what I'm actually going to be doing. I guess I got to set up my preset first. Who the optimal team is. Now, some of this I, of course, do know. I know, like, these three are obviously, like, the highest damage dealers in the game. What else? I think people use the new Yi-song a lot. Hong Lu, I think, makes sense. Who else, though? The new Ishmael might honestly be good. I don't know. There is... Grip Faust is another really good person. The only issue with using Grip Faust is the fact that then she's gonna, well, buff Sinclair's sanity. I don't really think that's too much of an issue here, though, so we'll take her. And then we'll throw in one more person. Definitely not Mersal. Definitely not Dawn. I don't think any of yours are worth it. I mean, it's one of these two, I think. We either go for 7 Otis, or we go for Liu Ishmael. I think Liu Ishmael, then. I think this is probably, like, the best damage team in the game, possibly. I don't know for sure, though. I'll set it up, I'll, like, start the run, so it'll all be ready, so I can just quickly load preset. Once the actual run itself starts. Ting Tang? I think Ting Tang's the funniest, so therefore it is the fastest. Even if it's, you know, not actually the fastest. It's the fastest. No doubts about it. Liu Ishmael. And Grip Sinclair. I guess Grip Sinclair might not actually be, like, the best choice here because of the fact Grip Sinclair gains too much sandy on later floors. But yeah, we'll start this. So our preset is pretty much set for when it's time to actually start. I'm looking at... Hopefully the splits aren't too intrusive. That's the one thing I am worrying about. They are on my side too. Not quite as much. Oh, the splits are messed up. I just realized that. Huh. Let me try fixing that then. Will that be fine? Will it? I'm also just going to jump into a fight just to make sure that everything will be fine. We'll just take you and you alone for the sake of it. We're still in the testing phase. We're still in the setting everything up phase because the stream technically hasn't started yet because it's supposed to start at 10 and we're 5 minutes early. So if I set it here for me, I have it set on a different place on my screen than your screen just because of the fact I don't want it to be in the bottom right necessarily. There's still a little bit of cutoff. I don't know how to stop that. Maybe I need to make it large enough. Something like that might be fine. Then I just gotta set that there. It's so funny that, like, I'm like taking the time during, like, a run to set up the splits. I mean, I guess I'm not, like, actually, like, setting up... I haven't started the timer itself. That should be good, I think. How's it looking? It's all definitely a little bit crowded on your guys' side. I think that's going to happen no matter what, though. That's the issue. Because, well, I'm putting so much stuff on the screen because not only do I have the chat in the bottom left, but I've got the splits in the bottom right. Oh no, I'm actually hitting things.
한치 앞이 보이지 아니하기 때문이요. 쓰러져간 새 동료들을 떠올리면 또다시 적적함 속에 삼켜질까봐 두렵기도 하오.
The timer is going to be going off here. That's fine. Yeah, it thinks I did a couple attempts just because I was trying to type. Once again. Oh, well. Should be good now, though. Oh, great. Hit the center tab. Never the smart move because it takes forever. But, like, looking at all these units, I think that's probably the best team. Because, like, Warped On takes too much time to get benefit from in a speed run. Because you'd have to, like, use teleport and then skip through the animation and all that jazz. Which isn't ideal. And, like, other units, like, 7 Otis is really good at clashing. Not necessarily the best damage unit, though. I think she's kind of get beaten out by that. You are also a weird charge unit. You can't do a lot of damage your first turn. That's the thing. We want to be able to do a lot of damage first turn. So we don't want anyone who's like all like setup-y. Stuff like charge units, really. Because, well, Ravteeth isn't really a charge unit, you know? He's a quote-unquote charge unit with his like 3 charge from his primary, and his secondary and tertiary have nothing to do with charge, and his passive, which requires 3 Wrath being his only source of it. That's fine. Yeah, I've been reluctant to do any, like, actual speedrun in Mirton 2 yet, mainly because, well... I don't know why I said that and then proceeded to not finish my statement. Because there's still stuff I haven't seen. There's still events I haven't seen. It'll be kind of sad if I'm going to need to skip through that. But I think there's a very decent chance that is what I need to do. Once the clock hits 10, then I think I'll start the speedrun itself, but I'll stall for the next 2 minutes. Just in case. Just in case. Because there's no one in the chat yet. There might be. I hope there will be. If not, that's fine. It'll just be a speed run. Not necessarily like the most interactive type of run to go for. But you know, it's something. It's something. Always this is good. Is it flashing starter buffs for a reason? Is it because I can buy more stuff right now? Is that why it flashes? I don't know. I'm not going to buy more stuff right now because I want to save up for raising attack. I could get Distinct Pocket, which does sound pretty good too, but I'll need both of them in order to get Stalwart Spirits. I'm just going to go for the one that sounds better because this one's phrased weird. Like, Eager Resource for Affinities of Starting Identities +1. Does that just mean we'll start, like, each fight? Or just the run as a whole? If it's run as a whole, which I think is what just one pocket might do, then that's kind of weak. I don't know, it's still hard to say. I mean, these active effects are starting to build up, though. It's starting to get pretty nice. But it is almost time to begin. And then let's see, let me make sure I got my binds. I've got it set so I think E is how I start the splits and stuff. Which I think works well enough. I have it set so like I can use Q to rewind a split if I hit it accidentally. I have it set so I can press R to reset the entire thing. And I think space is set to like pausing it. No, P is set to pausing it. I don't have anything set to space because I think that's something I might just hit accidentally. Easily enough. Oh, but it's 10 now, so I think it's about time we attempt a speedrun. Here we go. Now, of course, the load times are included. It's a little unfortunate. Could try counting it like without the load times. Oh, I forgot. Never mind. This isn't the actual run. I forgot about that. The fact that I had already started a run, and I don't know why it didn't. Oh well, that's fine. Just a little silly mistake. It doesn't actually change anything. Because now we can start it actually this time. Yeah, enter a mirror of mirrors normal, and then enter. You. Preset, confirm. It's taking a second to load, that's fine. Bye. That should be good. I think the speedrun begins. Well, it already did begin. And then once we actually get into floor 1, that's when, like, the first split happens, because, you know, it's when we get into the first floor. I didn't think this through. Like that, like that, like that.
불로 정화하고 깨끗한 세계를 세우라.
That should be fine, I think. Oh no, the timer's broken. That's fine. Okay, I can let that run while I fix the stream, I think. This is already a little scuffed. I don't know why there's that random black bar there. But there sure is. Win rate, okay. And win rate damage, I don't know if it matters. There's another black bar there. It's not too bothersome yet, I think. God. This is already going very interestingly. I just need to widen and widen it. That's the issue. Every time I widen it, that's when it, like, gets fixed. Luckily, these people are doing fairly well for me in the meantime. Yep, okay, first fight done. That's, like, probably decent time. Because we're only going to do 2 fights in the boss of this floor, because we've got events here. And the events should be fairly good. I haven't seen this one before. Okay, you do this. You do this one. It's like a pile of corpses. It's smoke war stuff. That's cool. I need to press skip here. We gained 60 cost. That's probably that's good. This is also something I haven't seen before. Hug and shake the giant body. It really gives me 2 abnos I haven't, like, seen actually right in a row. I just gained the total 120 cost and the golden urn. So that's a pretty good, I think. It looks like the black bar has stopped deciding to show up on the right side of the screen on the actual split, which should be pretty good then. Like that? Okay. I think this has had, like, a pretty good floor 1 so far. Hard to say, since, you know, I don't have lunar memory, so I'm not really, like, on pace no matter what. We will see, though. Okay. Execution. This is going to kill everyone and then give everyone, like, a big sanity boost, which is nice for most people. Okay. Rabbit. Rabbit kills. Good. And a rabbit kills once again. So they're all dead? Yes. Okay. Good start. Good start. Then, okay, boss time. Weak to blunt. Doesn't matter what it is, we'll just kill it. And, yep, G-Corp. Makes sense. I guess damage is probably the smarter move then. Win rate. And then I guess if need be, we can, like, adjust stuff. To, like, use egos and stuff if I'm ever too worried. Later floors, we can, like, start spamming, like, our 5 target egos, stuff like that, just to kill a lot of people at once whenever it's convenient. Should be good. Okay, self-destructed purge doing a lot. Killing that guy, nice. Good job, Sinclair. I think I've got it set so I think Rabbit Heathcliff's the first person to gain multiple speed dive, which is really nice. Because, I mean, the thing is, everyone's got a higher speed right now. Because of the fact that, like, the mirror dungeon, like, the Starlight rewards just gives everyone +2 max speed with the ones I have right now. Which means that Rabbit Heathcliff's, like, a 3 to 10 speed, which means he's almost certainly, or is it, yeah, I think it's 3 to 10. Since he's normally 3 to 8, but it's been buffed by 2 on the max, so it's 3 to 10. This is good. Gloom is good. Spamming Honglu default mass attack, possibly. I didn't really, like, look through all the possible options. I was just too focused on, okay, yeah, this is the right option. And we'll throw you on. There we go. I guess Yisong's the kind of, oh, I forgot to split. Whoops. It's close enough. I can just adjust it later, I think. I don't think the splits need to be exact. I need to remember to split, though. Split, like, I think as soon as I, like, actually, like, accept my ego gifts, I think that's when I should split. So that was, what, like, 10 seconds late? That's fine. We can fix that. Oh, great. Okay. I'm never ready for the turn to end and me to press the buttons again, which is always so funny. Okay, damage. It's just one guy left. That's a little unfortunate. Maybe if it was a better run, we would have one-turned that. If we had, like, lunar memory or something to say. But that's fine. It only took one more hit to, or one more skill to take it down. I guess, do you normally, like, do splits, like, when something ends or when you get to something? We don't need actually any healing at all. That's kind of nice to see. Do we want anything here? We'll take... And we'll take you. Okay, purchase. Is this going to be like a speed up overall? Maybe. Being able to do more damage to staggered people is pretty nice. We've got an Abno fight upcoming. That's not great. Abno fights are not great for, like, auto fighting. Because the thing is, they might just be stupid and not actually clash against everything, even if I press clash. Damage is, like, absolutely the wrong thing to hit here. See, win rate, is everyone clashing? Close enough. Close enough to be satisfied with those results. I don't really want him to switch things around too much. We've gotten some good, like, floor RNG. Like, we've only had to do 2 normal fights, both floor 1 and floor 2, if you can counter Abnos, if you can count Dabnos as a normal fight. Which they mostly are. Okay, nice. There we go. Okay, we're taking a little bit of hits here and there. That's fine. That is fine. It's to be expected. And this is the clash we might actually lose. Yeah. That's awful. It's because he doesn't have the sanity yet. Oof. Okay, win rate. Who are you going for? Who are you? Okay, you're going for Faust. Don't go for Faust. Okay, you just want Faust dead. They're not killing people. And you use your ego here. Yeah, there we go. That might be fine enough. Faust gets staggered. I'm not going great because the auto battle's not working. I should probably just not bother auto battling against Abnos, huh? It's not really working out right now. And Crow's Eye View right here. It's gonna be time. I think you can hold down the mouse to speed up the animation, can't you? Yeah, I've actually never done this before. I just have heard about it. I never skip egos because that's lame. Although in this situation, speedrunning is all about, well, going fast. Win rate? That looks good. That looks good. This fight's like going to be a huge time loss overall, but that's fine. Please win a clash so you get your sanity up. There you go. Good job. Like, this is more or less the meta team right now, yeah? I think so. That guy's body got destroyed. That's nice. Win rate them. That's fine. That's good. I think they all die now, actually. Okay, you're losing your clash. Don't lose your clash. Good job. You won your clash after that. Hopefully that guy's got another attack going for him. Okay, you are tying the Pekatule, Heathcliff. What are you doing? Psh. He's dead, though, so it doesn't matter. That's not great. Hopefully there was someone else going for that one. Okay, there was. And hopefully there was someone else going for the last guy. There is. Alright. That took a couple minutes longer than it really should have. But now I know, you know, just don't bother auto-attacking against that type of fight. It's not going to work out well. Cigarette holder, I'll take it. Could be nice if we get Nebulizer. This is another Abno fight. So we just kind of got to be prepared. I did also realize that I sure did give him the skill 3 to the one center we're not using right now. So maybe I should like switch her in exchange for like Yi Song or something, at least for the time being. This is very much fine. Win rate them. You guys do not need to all try and kill that guy though. That's not nice. That's uncalled for. This should be good though. He's losing his clashes. He's losing his mind. Okay, there we go. Good damage, good damage. We really just want the big guy to die. This is usually a pretty easy enough fight. Not anything to be too worried about. We're not doing like that much damage here. But that's fine. Okay, that one's staggered. Excellent. We're not gonna have to worry about it's like scary mode. Shank him. Not quite enough to get another shank off. That's fine. And Blood Steep sent to finish him off. Okay, there's only these two left. Win rate, how does this look? That looks pretty good, I think. Maybe. Good enough. We should have more people go for the bottom guy. But no, he's staggered, so he should just die? Yes, he did. So that's still fine. Even if I was a little scared for a second. An execution to buff everyone's sanity a little bit. There we go. And I'm actually going to remember to time split once we get to the next floor. You. And I'll do it once I... There we go. Okay, this path. There we go. Figured it out. We'll switch you out for you for the time being. Because while Yusung is really good, we do have a second tertiary for Ishmael, so she's going to be even better than normal right now. You know, even if this isn't a great run, at least I'll have something on the leaderboard. Okay, all decent enough clashes, so I'm satisfied with that. Okay, nice. Killed with the final coin, so she'll have plus coin up next turn, if there is a next turn. A lot of decent attacks coming off. There probably still will be a next turn, but there's going to be a lot of people very dead. Sinclair is getting to the point where his sanity is being a little high. AKA, there's going to be the point coming up soon where we're going to stop giving him like priority as far as gaining more coins. More speed slots, I should say. Because it's not going to be worth it past a certain point. He's just going to be positive sanity. He's going to fall off by the end of this floor. That's what I'm getting at. Okay, rest spot. We don't need it though. We can just leave. Speed. You. Close your eyes. Late Bloomer's tattoo. And we'd have to take a challenge battle, but that's fine. It's a small price to pay because then we'll get a shop and then we'll be able to fight the final boss. So we're on good pace, I think. Damage? Okay, that's not great. You go for that then. Okay, then that's not great. You go for that then. Alright, seems good. Because we can just speed up them. Okay. I should, you know, hide this for the time being. Yeah. I'll hide chat for now. I have my eyes on it, so once someone actually starts speaking, well, I'll make sure they show up. But, you know, it's just kind of there right now until anyone actually shows up. Right now, it's just me talking to myself, which is fine. That's what recording is, basically. And this is a speed run, so... makes enough sense. I actually don't think... I wasn't holding the mouse for those, was I? I kind of stared off for a second. I tabbed out for a second in order to remove the chat from the overlay. Which wasn't optimal. Doing fine here? Okay. Faust lost one of her coins. That's not great. Because she probably would have been able to kill if she had that coin. Okay, Ishmael's got it though. Ishmael's got it covered for Faust's sake. Just one guy left, so we'll finish it off easily enough. Okay, 1 HP. And Sinclair's got it. Nice. So now we get a shop. I'll get anything that looks like it could be beneficial. We're kind of at a point where we're gonna have good cost this run just because we started out getting the urn pretty early. We're not taking a lot of fights though. Ooh, that's nice. Love to see phlebotomy. Yisung skill replaced. Yeah, we'll take that. Give him another skill 3. And nothing else really appealed to me anyway, so that's fine. Boss time, weak to blunt. Luckily, it is a normal fight, so
제가 앞에 서죠.
we won't need to worry about, like, targeting people and stuff. It's probably going to be... I mean, it's just going to be one of the people that can show up here. Yeah, Guido. One of the people that show up here. I'm great at this, aren't I? That's not worth it, because that's Guido. That's fine. And that's fine. There we go.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
Okay, I'll remember to actually hold the mouse to speed through this time.
진리겨버리겠어.
Yeah, nice. That one's staggered. Really is a shame our 5-target mass attack can't be used here because of the fact it would have just hit Guido. If it targets literally anyone but Guido, then it's in a pretty good position for it to be used. Like, we're using representation emitter here, but it's literally only going to take Guido because of his 2x slots, which is fine. A lot of the other people are going to be taking a fair bit of damage here. That's kind of the priority, I guess. Focus on the little guys, so that means... Okay. You were favored, weren't you, Honglu? Good job. Okay, damage. Anything I'm worried about? Not really. That's fine. This all looks fine. Gamcham, so true. Whatever he's saying there, I actually don't know what he's saying. It's something... Well, that sounds like Gamcham. But, I mean, he's saying effectively hop to it, isn't he? I feel like I saw something on that. Quick suppression. Doesn't have the speed, unfortunately. So not like the most powerful it could have been. But now... We do damage again. You're not looking great, otherwise everything else is fine. So you go for this. There we go. Because I assumably that's being used on Guido. I didn't check for sure. Actually, wait, I overclocked it, so it's not going to target who we think it's going to overclock, so that might have been a bad choice. Hopefully it's still going for Guido, though. It is. No, that's a moral enactment. We don't know if it's going for Guido yet. It is, though. Excellent. So he's going to overclock it. Do a good amount of damage. He'll give himself strength next turn, which shouldn't matter, ideally. Because he should hopefully just die this turn. Maybe. Well, he's getting stagger plus if nothing else. So he's going to take a bunch of damage next turn from every attack. Yeah, now we just auto damage and let it go. It's getting to the point where you're like starting to be unable to see the auto button under the overlay. Yeah. Little silly. Okay, 4-leaf clover, absolutely. That actually doesn't help us like at all unless we get nebulizer. I forgot. I think nebulizer was the one I was thinking of. We'll go bottom path here so that we can do like something. We can take you now. I need to press the button. There we go. That was soon enough, I guess. Kind of been alternating between doing it like when I get to the floor and when I start the next fight, because during the loading screen is when I like look at like my overlay a lot of the times. So that's when I really notice that kind of thing. You're fine. Shh. The 5-target mass attack, that's super effective on all of them. Just to make sure they all die. This is going to take longer than it really needs to because of the fact he's far too happy. Yeah, we need to just make him number 7 now. He's not helping anymore. He won't win his... He will like win clashes fine enough, I think, still. Yeah, look at that. Very nice. Make sure they all die here. Quick suppression, very dead. Mutilate, very dead. He's staggered, therefore he's weak to the slash. And another mutilate to finish off the other one. There we go. One turn these guys. Looking good. We're like nowhere near like world record pace because world record pace is like what 30 or no 24 minutes or something right now because of the fact you have lunar memory. Tomorrow's Fortune. I love this one, so I'll take it. Might not be too beneficial here. And here we go. Heathcliff, absolutely. Tremendous price. Didn't even really need to look at the others, but I still did. We'll take the normal fight over the challenge fight, because then we'll go from that to the event to one more fight, I think it was. Which is fine enough. Not like the best pace. We've been on better paces. But it should do. damage. There we
순식간에
go.
끝내죠.
Okay. Everything's still going well enough, I'd say. I really didn't pay as much attention there as I should have, I think. Everything's going fine, that's for sure, but like, I didn't really like take the time to comprehend if it was fine. Okay, another damage time. That's not struggling, it just hasn't applied the actual power up. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. And this guy's weak to it, so he's very dead. Okay, looking good. Okay. Okay. Finished them off. Simple enough. Yeah, I'm looking at it again. These splits, I think, are just a little too confusing. What do we take here? Actually, approaching it, that was the wrong move. I didn't think enough. That's fine. Speed down hurts a bit, that's for sure. It should just be for this fight, though, I think. So it shouldn't matter. These guys, ugh. We go for these here. They're like almost all defending. That's interesting. Well, we're doing the double mass attack that they're weak to. One of them a 5 target, one of them a 3 target, so we should be good. Lutzak got the heads, very nice. Then therefore it's gonna buff Faust's sanity, and it'll buff everyone's sanity too, not just Faust's, which is a nice effect. And Land of Illusion, these ones, good.
환상의 세계로 들어가 보죠.
Just doing a fair bit of damage to him. Staggered most of them. The other guy's not quite dead yet. That's fine though. Because we can damage and just win. Yeah, we should just be able to damage and win. We don't need to use any more egos here. 2 mass attacks should be good enough. We're going to be using a lot of egos on the final floor.
이제 쓸만해져.
I also did realize I'm not like recording this separately, so I'm probably not just gonna, I'm not gonna bother submitting this anyways, because I'm gonna try and go for a better run. And there's also the fact that because I'd have to like download the entire stream, which I usually don't do, because I don't like edit my streams usually. Oh well, that's fine. 23. Let me check speedrun.com real quick. Yeah, 23 minutes 44 seconds is our current world record for Mirror Dungeon 2. So unless we can do everything in roughly half a minute, we're not gonna get it. We'll do that though, just to make sure he's slowed down a little bit. Okay. Okay, dogs. That's fine. We might be able to do well against these guys. Make sure we clash against all of them. Mass attacks are going to do approximately nothing here. Simply because of the fact that these guys have far too many speed dice that will only hit like 1 or 2 max usually. I guess we could technically hit everyone with a mass attack, but I don't think it's really worth it. Nice. Good quick suppression. Nice. Not really doing like that much damage. We're basically going to put them all into frenzy this turn. That's kind of the plan, because then that means the next turn they'll all have the fragile. Okay. We're doing a fair bit of damage to most of them too. Although we could be doing more. That's the worst part. Okay. Alright. That's fine. That's fine. You go for there. You go for there. You go for... You go for there. You go for there. Hopefully they all get staggered or something. It's a little scary. Okay, she turned it around, but that just means she's not going to do as much damage as she would have done otherwise. Which means not great. I think hopefully someone else will be able to stagger that one before he gets all his attacks in. Hopefully. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it is fine. I was saying that as kind of like a blanket statement, like, yeah, it'll be fine no matter what happens. But it still was fine, so, satisfied. And this staggers him. He's not staggered. Mutilate's going for someone else. That's right. Well, Mutilate kills, I think. Yes, so he'll be able to use Mutilate again, possibly on the big guy, and therefore staggering him. And just straight up killing him. Nice. So just this guy left. So we go all in on damage, kill it. Trying to evade, that's fine. He's not going to succeed. And another floor done. Nice. Yeah, this is the part where the splits are definitely a little strange. 'Cause it'll say floor 5 is done at like the 26-minute mark. Ooh, you do this. Yes, that's good. I don't know why I started making like caveman noises there. And okay. Path. Like this, maybe? Like this, yeah, that'll work. Still doing perfectly fine, I think. These guys? Okay, these guys can be scary, so pop that. Damage. You'll be fine. You guys will be fine, I think. Okay, yeah, that was fine. Good. And this guy's staggered in the process, so he's definitely dying to the mass attack. Nice. Blood sack. Very good. And we'll see just how much damage this deals. 234. Yeah, that's nice. I think they're all staggered here. Looks like it. There's actually one that isn't staggered, but that one's still dead. So we one-turn these guys. Very good. Or that guy was still alive? And then he burnt to death or something? Something like that. I don't know. I'll take it. Okay, slash weakness, that's fine. We don't have any slash mass. Actually, we do have a slash mass attack from Yi-Song. It's a 3 target, and it's his 4th match flame. Could be worthwhile, because he's fairly speedy, I think. I think we'll just go for... You know what? We'll go for this one. Yeah, that's worth it. Damage. You're fine. Oh, we got whistles off here. Nice. Not like the most beneficial, but it's a little bit of a damage up for the people who get Fanatic. The 2 people who get Fanatic. Alright, that guy's been cooked successfully. We actually expect him to lose clash. I don't know why I'm acting like I'm worried about him. He's outlived his purpose at this point. He's just kind of like winning clashes and doing like a little bit of damage. And he got the heads here. Excellent. So he's going to stay at full sanity. That's good. I think the Steam sound effect played a little silly. The pop-up didn't show up, but like the sound effect still went through, it seems. They're all staggered here. And we should have enough attacks to finish them all off. Yep, another nice one turn. Yeah, we've gotten to the point where we've built up so many resources that we're kind of breezing through these fights, especially because we're not getting any like the too bad fights. You really don't get any fights that are too bad on the 5th floor if it wasn't for the little damage up they were taking. You can take this, commence, skip. It takes forever. There we go. Okay, middle path still. Take the rest space and then we skip it. Leave the rest stop. We take a fight. We take the shop. We take a fight. We take the boss. Okay, good. Good, I think. Okay. We do this again, I think. Damage, how's this looking? You need help? You go for that. Good enough. Oh, right. I forgot to hold the mouse when I'm using an ego again. It's just a thing I never use. And we've just now hit the 30-minute mark. Alright, that's fine. This is the first attempt, and I'm not even with lunar memory, so it's fine enough. Okay. Nice. Tails is unfortunate there. That's fine, though. He can build up his sanity, hopefully. That guy's dead. That guy's dead because he actually got a Tails when he was at 30 sanity. That's fine. I believe in Sinclair to, like, win the clash even if he does no damage afterwards. Hello. Oh, hellos. Currently just trying to do a speedrun Mirror Dungeon 2. I don't have a lunar memory or anything. Actually, I should just... There we go. I'll turn the channel. Yeah, I'm just trying to do just a winging it type of run. It's not going, like, the best. It's going, like, fine. This is just, I guess, kind of, like, practice. A practice run, I guess. We don't need any of that stuff, I don't think. Fight, and then the boss. The boss is Fox, it looks like. Yeah, after this, I might try and do, you know, a speed run where I do try and get lunar memory. We'll see how well I do if I just try and, like, gamble for the lunar memory. I might give it a little bit, but maybe not, like, too long. Because it's a good ego gift, but, like, there's 10 tier 4 ego gifts. So it's just kind of awful to grind for. Okay, he's losing his clash. Okay, there we go. Lunar memory is such a fun ego gift, but it is not fun for speedruns. Yeah, because you gotta use it if you want to have any choice. I guess we'll see how Mirror Dungeon 2 goes about doing that kind of stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if you can only get, like, tier 4s from certain situations. Maybe you can't even get tier 4s in Mirror Dungeon 2 hard. I wouldn't be surprised if they went for something like that, because I think that's the best way to... I think that's how they've been balanced for the most part. Barring, like, the one, like, tier 4 that's, like, a mirror shard, and it does, like, nothing in Mirror Dungeon 2 normal. I think most of them are made exclusively for normal and not for hard. But I think it just can be in, like, a later shop, something like that. Okay, boss time. We'll see how this goes. It is the Fox. I think we're just going to go all out on the Fox and just not care about anything else with our strongest egos. As far as you can tell, it takes about an hour on average to get lunar memory. Ugh. Yeah. I can imagine. Okay, this is the strategy. I promise. Something like this. There we go. And now I hold the mouse button so it doesn't take as long. We'll have to see. I guess we're gonna get, like, the notes on Mirror Dungeon 2 hard. I guess tomorrow morning? Sometime, like, late this night. Although it kind of sometimes rolls back around to being, like, early in the morning, late at night. It's somewhere in that time frame. Sometimes if you're lucky, it's, like, just, like, slightly before midnight in my time zone, but other times it can just be, like, actually after I've woken up in the morning. Let's see. That's fine. Yes, giving the Fox slash Virgility next turn is pretty nice. Issue with pretty much all the Canto 4 avenues can't be, like, actually staggered. They can just be quote-unquote staggered, because their other body parts still, like, perfectly fine, even after being staggered. And now we're gonna have Sun Shower go through, just for the sake of it. Yeah, or I guess the one-sided attacks are going through first. That's fine. And you got the Tails. Unfortunate. 232. That's probably mostly against the Umbrella, though. Yeah, Umbrellas are doing some damage. Guess we should have mass attacked the Umbrellas if I was playing it smart. You know, you can do that though. Actually, it doesn't matter. And we go all in damage, don't we? No. It's gonna be like this, I think. You've started practicing Mirror Dungeon 1 and it's so much more fun to do than Mirror Dungeon 2, probably because how rare lunar memory is. Rerolling for an hour just to get it. Cyborg Explorer 2 is really, really not. Oh yeah, that's right. You sure can get the Cyborg Explorer 2. That's always so awful. Such a strange choice. I really don't know, like, they've changed, like, it's really interesting because they've changed the actual, like, Doomsday Calendar fight to make it, like, less tedious. Like, they just removed the second phase entirely so you no longer have to worry about its arms. I actually don't know if that's intentional. I don't know if that's in the actual main dungeon. And once this fades to black, end game, that's the run ended, I think. 36 minutes, 3 seconds. That's fine for a non-lunar memory run, I think. Yeah, like, when you actually fight, like, the Doomsday Calendar in, like, Mirror Dungeon 1 or, like, in the Luxcavation, it's just so much easier because you just skip the second phase so you can just go straight to wailing on the thing once you've done the first phase. Receive this. Nice. So it's really annoying because you missed it, but basically the first floor, back to back, I got 2 of the avenues I hadn't seen before in the events in this speed run. And it's been like several runs since I've seen anything like new, I feel. That's why I didn't want to do speed runs, because I was worried about that, but I was like, surely it'll be fine, and it kind of trolled me. Well, I can get that now, so next I need Distinct Pocket, and then I get Stalwart Spirits, so it's 400, 500, so basically just 11 more runs. Almost sub 36, sad. Yeah. Definitely could have saved it time a couple places. I think a lot of the time I was forgetting that you can actually hold the mouse button to skip the egos, because I never do that normally, because I like watching the ego animations, because they're always so satisfying. And I just kind of forgot about it sometimes. Some of these splits also are just, like, not right. Probably not going to submit this run, though. I'm going to try another run. What is... Let me check speedrun.com, because... Yeah... I think if I do it like this, I'll switch to this screen just for the ease of it. So window capture, not that, no. Yeah, browser capture, that's the one I'm trying to do here. Browser, nice. If I do it like this, will it work? Yeah, this works. Okay, yeah, if we do look at the current run times and stuff, yeah, you're currently in second. But Mastiza is in first, 23 minutes 44 seconds. You've got 25 minutes 10 seconds, and Coking is 26 minutes and 9 seconds. It's real. In your PB without remember, you got 2 events in a row you've never seen before, and before that you've done like 60 plus runs and haven't seen anything new. It's so awful. Yeah, because I saw like the one that's like the Otis like one where it's a bunch of corpses and like Smoke War, and then I also saw the one that was like the guy upside down in like the golden urn, and I hadn't actually encountered those yet, which is very unfortunate for me. We look at some of the other categories too, like Mirror of the Beginning. None of these runs are actually like recent for Mirror of the Beginning. Could make it more worthwhile running to like actually like bump it. We'll just have to see if these ones have to be disqualified for being in an older game version or like just in a different category. And of course you've got the one insane guy who's actually done the full game runs. 10 hours, 44 minutes. I did talk to him for a bit about it. And he was saying like, yeah, I was basically drunk and bored one morning, and so that was his day effectively, which is certainly an interesting way to spend a day, just going through the entirety of the first 4 cantos in like an 11-hour time frame. It's so awful. I only added these categories in the first place for the sake of like, well, of course they they are the main game. I wasn't really like expecting anyone to run Canto 1 through 4 like reasonably soon, but yeah, no, he did it like pretty shortly after it actually released. Props to him. I mean, like to each their own, of course. And that's enough of that. Back to Limbus. There we go. I'll turn off the splits for a second. Like, should I try for lunar memory? Because it is going to be very awful. That's for sure. I know it's such a hard decision to make. That's the thing. I guess now, if we look at the splits now, it's actually showing my like best time. So if I did like, whoops, wrong button. So if I did like start it, it would show like the time saves. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Do not save this run as a personal best. No, this was purely for testing. Should make individual candle categories instead, but they might still not get enough support. I actually did, funnily enough. I actually don't know how this works, but you can do like the individual ones. No one has because it like works weird. Pretty cool to add in-game timer with real time, since load times are very important. You get to average like 40 load screens, so people with good PC have an average. They even were able to do maybe. Let me see if I can pull it up. Because it's like... OBS moment. Like this, yeah, here it is. But like you can see, if you go to like leaderboards and then like any of these various options here, you can see like all is like, it shows individual levels. No one's actually done any of the individual level stuff. Full game leaderboard is like the ones you've seen before. The issue with the segmented run is the fact that like, you can't really do a new save file and do a segmented run. You just have to like use an old save file and just do like a bunch at a time. Which like, I guess could work. Because like the thing is, you can't like save state like an actual account, since the fact you actually do like new runs. I don't know. This is the kind of game where I need to look how other like mobile gacha game type stuff do speedruns, if at all. I think that's like my best chance to figure out what it is I should do about this. Because like I've just kind of been, I've really just been winging it. I'm absolutely up for like actual like personal opinions and stuff like that. I do have like a little like thread type thing on the thing where you can just type whatever you want, whatever you think is possibly relevant. Like stuff like, oh, I think this could be beneficial. I think this might be a bad idea. Stuff like that. So if you ever do have any opinions like that, you can submit them. Can you actually even submit stuff to these like segmented runs? You can. I don't know though. It's weird. Anyways, that's probably enough time in between. Might be time to try, give it another try. I could do Mirror Dungeon 1. I could try speedrunning that. That's actually not a bad idea. That might be a little bit easier. So let me just... this one's got its own thing. Why does it have its own times? What if I do mirror of the beginning, set it to that, then will it change? No. That's annoying. How do you actually set it so it's... Save splits? Save splits as... And then can I go to... Live split layouts. MD2 live splits. And then if I do it so I like open splits. That's the wrong. Open layout mirror. I don't know how live splits works. I'm trying to figure it out, but it's a little janky sometimes. Mirror of mirrors. Okay. Open splits. Oh, I've got that one saved. Okay. Save splits as MD2. There we go. Already exists, replace it. So now if I open layout MD1, and then I can edit splits, I can just delete all of these, I think, safely. And switch this to mirror the beginning. Then just remove segment. Attempt number 1. That might do it then. We can give this a try. May need to adjust it slightly, but it seems good enough. Just gotta remember to actually do it properly this time. So I'm gonna... Here we go. This is nice. I need to do presets first, actually. I just remembered that. Forgot about that. So, you know, maybe I'm gonna set up my presets and then I'll actually do a run properly. Psh. But like, the team... You guys? And then someone else. I don't know. Who's the optimal 5th person? Is Hong Lu even optimal? I don't even know if he is. I've used him a lot because he feels like funny to use. I mean, probably Grip Faust, I'd assume. But then Sinclair Sanity might be fine. This is probably going to be good enough for me. Once again, don't need like an actual optimal team for this. This is going to be good enough. So yeah, we set up our team here. Rabbit. Then Grip, Impending Day. We set the team, and then now we're going to actually do this properly, I think. Oh god, it looks so weird now. I know I should be so used to this, but like the fact that it's gone back to like the brownish yellowish instead of like the green, like it looks like something's wrong, even though I've seen this background like hundreds of times. So it should be more ingrained in me, but you know, going without it for like even like just a week or so makes it feel so wrong. You know? Well, halt exploration on that one. Give up on the rewards. And now we're gonna start actually doing a run. There we go. Coin, absolutely. Preset. Load the preset. Okay, it's taking a second to load the preset. Yep, that's good. We'll see how this is. The current world record for Mirrored 1 is, like 11 minutes, something insane like that. No, it isn't. I'm insane, actually. I think that is, like, completely wrong. Unless it is right. No, it is 11 minutes. I don't know why I immediately, like, accused myself of being insane for suggesting such an idea. When, like, my time was, like, 15 minutes. That's not, like, insane. God, only having 3 people per battle feels so wrong now. It's gonna be all this run is, just me being like, wow, this is so strange. On things that really weren't that strange in the past. Like, getting the coins rather nice. Okay, that guy's still alive. Finish him off, Heathcliff. There we go. 11-14. Yeah. Kind of insane. We'll see if that's doable now. I'd assume... I don't know. I feel like you might need to take more fights, like, on average now. Coffin. Open the coffin. You do it, since you've got the best chances. Oh, great. It takes forever because you've got 4 coins, but you did it. I should have just hit the skip button. That's fine. I almost went to the fight instead of going the actual right way. Pick the flower. Grab prejudice. And continue on. Okay. Wait a second, can I bring 5 people from the beginning and I'm just being stupid? No, right? You still get the tickets, yeah? I actually don't know. It's like blocked on my screen. No, it is 3 out of 3, right? Right. I'm just so unused. I'm just so not used to the current Mirror Dungeon 1. It's kind of sad to think about. It's just changed so much. Like, for the better, that's for sure, but... just feels wrong. Oh, I haven't been doing the splits properly. I meant to do floor 1 once I actually got in. Oh, well, that's fine. I'm just doing the splits a different way this time. Should be good enough. I'll just press it twice at the end. Yeah. Damage. That should be good. Using slash attack on the guy who's gonna have the most HP. That's very nice. Then damage again. Kill this guy. Nice. Did you just take 15 bleed damage? Do we really have that much bleed? I guess it's the wound Clara doing work. Oh yeah, that is 32 bleed on that guy right now. That is 40. How do... I don't think I've ever gotten this much bleed on like a random run like this. God. Has the wound clear always been that good? I feel like it's one I've like not really like considered very much. But that guy had 50 bleed and we weren't even like going for any sort of specific like bleed build. Damage up, absolutely. The lost people deserve it. Bottom Beth. Okay, we can take you now. Should we take you or should we have taken Faust? We probably might have wanted to take Faust. I think Honglu works well enough though. Oh, I also meant to press this. That's fine. The individual splits, like, I mean, they matter, but, like, I'm stupid. I mean, it's kind of like a whole habit thing. You'll notice, I always remember it, like, once I've gone to a loading screen after the next floor, because that's when I always turn to look. Shrimply that good. God. That's fine, probably. It might not actually be. He might change his target. Wound cleared is funny. Yeah, I guess so. I think I must have been sleeping on it. It's just more bleed. I mean, especially since... Ooh. This isn't great. She's actually fine. I was just barely... Oh no, the Alright, this is already a funny run. Alright, 113 damage to him. I don't know how I feel. This is already going downhill rapidly. Maybe we shouldn't have taken Honglu here. Maybe we should bench him for a little bit so he's fine. I should have played that. I guess I should have played that more safe. That's fine. He's going for... Make sure he's going for the right... okay. We choose who he kills. That's not great. This is really not great. Queen MVP. She's staggered now, and she's gonna get hit by one of the bug people. And you're doing it again! No! Alright. Just kill her, why don't you? She's dead. She's actually gonna die to the bug. Yeah, she's dead. Okay. Well, we may need to recruit someone. Damage? It's fine. This is still salvageable. It's not gonna be like great, but it's salvageable. In a strange sense. If we get Guido as the final boss, we still might get... This still might be a new PB for me, because my current personal best is like 15 minutes, because I've done this once. Okay, that guy's... Is he still alive? No, melee finishes him off good. Well, I guess we're gonna take Liu Ishmael here. That's fine. She doesn't need any egos, I don't think. We can just like, just gotta speedrun the buying a unit phase. There we go. Perfect. Selection rating. Finish the setup. Yeah, this is good enough. Leave the shop. Honglu's almost dead still. That's fine. We can heal him up here. Take a rest. And give him 30%. Okay, yeah, this is still... This is still more or less optimal. We're taking a risky encounter here. Should we take a risky encounter here? Maybe not. I'm still going for it, though.
좀 풀어볼까요?
Chef Ryoshu's, like, fine to lose. This is just us testing out Liu Ishmael. We spent, like, all our costs there. How do you even get any, like, costs in Mirror Dungeon 1? You get, like, nothing. It's comical, honestly. Okay, Self-Destructive Purge. Nice. Finish that guy off just like that. Honestly, everyone could... I know, these guys are going to resist a lot of these Pierce attacks.
재밌네요.
So they might not all die. Yeah, no. I was going to be like, yeah, they're all dead here, but no, they're not. Maybe if there were different enemies or we hit them for, like, neutral, then we could have done it. But they all die here. So, you know, it all works out. This is optimal, real. You know, sometimes you need a little bit of blood sacrifice to get the good luck rolling. Like, my personal best is, 1502. So that's very beatable. Okay. Event, you. Point the direction it should go. You do this, Honglu. You point the direction for this guy, since you've got his ego, so you should know him.
운은 실력과도
Luck goes hand in hand
연관이
with skill, that's so true. Weak to blunt, weak to wrath.
나설 만한 곳이어야 할 겁니다.
Whoever this is, I don't know. It's you, that's fine. Whoop. 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 There we go. Nice. His sanity's a little higher than I'd like. He just got all heads. That is very bad. These guys are also resisting the lust attacks, but we've got a lot of lust attacks, so, not exactly great. Still staggered that one, though. That's good. Execution. He's weak to this. No? I guess you're not weak to blunt, are you? It's the minions that are weak to blunt, maybe? Okay, but he's staggered. Okay, this is good. Win rate? No, we need to kill this guy. Were you clashing against? That's fine. You guys do not need to all go for that guy, though. He should be dead. Like that. There we go. There we go. Like, we're still, like, decently paced. Yeah, you can definitely see how this one's... I mean, this already feels like it's gonna be a lot better to speedrun. Maybe Mirror Dungeon 2 Hard will be better. We'll see. Coffee and cranes, sure. Get more we're not even using egos. I don't know why I'm taking that. Ooh, this is a long floor. I forgot about that. Like that, maybe? Maybe. We take you now, so we've got a full team. Sinclair only had 4% chance of rolling all heads at -5 sanity. Yeah, we just have that luck here. We got the 4% odds. Super lucky. Rolls. You'd like just a straight up kill, which is not unfortunate. Stagger plus though. Okay. He lost a coin with the moral enactment, that's fine.
단테님 봤어요?
Huh? Why? Oh no, okay, I got confused for a second. No, he reused Mutilate because of the coin, not because he actually got a kill with it. That's right. You see, the coin giveth, the coin taketh away. And I think the coins taketh away enough for it to, so it's feeling a little giveth. I forgot to hit the split. This is fine. We go down.
몸 좀 풀어볼까요?
That's fine. It's still accurate enough. I can, if this actually turns out to be like a good enough run to warrant it, I can always like fix the splits and it'll be like clear enough. Is this fine? No, we gotta go win rate here. That's not clashing against everything. That's fine enough though. You go for this then. Yeah. Okay. All right.
좋겠네요.
Should be good. Professional speedrunning. You can really tell I'm the one who, you know, runs the entire Limbus speedrun.com page, huh? I've just got that like sort. I was forgot to hold the button, so he did it the normal speed. I'll remember it here though. Yeah, there we go. So there it is at like double speed or whatever. Much faster, much more efficient. Oh no, that was countered because he only used it on that guy because of the coin in the first place. So like, it wasn't even my fault that I hit the counter.
단테님 봤어요?
Okay, win rate looks good enough for me. Okay. Okay, kill. Yes, that's death. Good job, Faust. Doing a great job. Okay, you use that again. Nice, nice. Win rate these guys. That's good enough, I think. Okay. You've got this? He did indeed get that. Good job. That guy's almost dead. Win rate? No. That's honestly fine enough. I could fix things, but you know, it's fine enough. Does he counter this? He counters this, doesn't he? Yeah. Okay. You're fine. You've already been staggered. It's good to stagger him a little bit just to keep his morale low. Yeah, 13.5 minutes right now. You know, maybe this could have been the run. In an alternate timeline. In an alternate dimension with different identities. But, you know, the coin taketh away. You, paper. Two more fights. Fun fact about the coin, if you use Sunshower and it rolls tails in the first use, it will then use as credit for whatever reason, and targeting will be at random. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just going to be low enough sanity that they're like, you know what? Perish. Killed, like, at least 3 runs. Oof. You're just using an ego at, like, low sanity is kind of dangerous. I guess... I feel like that's, like, a lot, though. Because it should be, like... He shouldn't be negative 45 at that point. What's the range? Like, reasonably, he should be, like, what? Because negative 35 times 2, so it's effectively negative 25. After you use both of them? Was he not at full sanity already? Something like that? Because I think negative 25 sanity should still be high enough that it shouldn't corrode it. I don't think. I don't know, though. Yep, there we go. I have now officially not beaten my time. Who would have thought? That's fine. I forgot to speed up that one. He goes from 45 to 10 and for some reason corrodes on second use. I actually don't know the rules for corroding a fine ego. I've always assumed it would just be, oh, if using this ego puts some of them to negative 45, then it'll just corrode them then and there. But that might not be the case. Maybe it's like the fact that, like, it gets within a certain range. I don't know. That is very strange, though. We use this just to kill all of them. You're fine. But we'll use your ego just in case. Oh, you did desperately need, to lose some sanity. Rolling heads. What an interesting unit grip Sinclair is in Mirror Dungeon. I mean, he still definitely feels, like, ideal in a lot of situations. So, like, I mean, early on, of course, he's still, like, the best person to use, or, like, one of the best. But, like, later on in floors, he just gains too much sanity to roll too well most of the time. So he just lost... I mean, Sinclair has lost a normal amount of sanity there. Sunshower... Yeah, I don't know about that weird coin synergy. Or anti-synergy, I guess, depending on how you look at it.
승리할 거예요. 정화.
Could just very well just be some sort of weird, like, interaction, though. Don't think I need to worry too much about it. Well, the fact that it's happened multiple times is a little worrying. I mean, it'll probably happen to me sooner or later. I pretty much always take the coin when I get it, and I do use Spam Sun Shower a little bit, because it is pretty strong. Okay, this run still can turn out decently. Sinclair skill, give him another one of these. There we go, and we can't afford anything else, that's fine. I wasn't expecting to afford anything else. An event, it'll be something I already know. Or to carry luggage, because for the sake of it. Use, like, the slowest possible skill for this. Or I guess Heathcliff probably would have been slower, because he would have used the 5 coin one, but you get what I mean. Weak to Pierce, weak to Sloth. This is gonna be a snake guy, isn't it? I think so. That's fine. I miss Baba Yaga. It, like, absolutely kills speedruns, I know that, but, you know, it was funny. And, you know, when you get down to it, it was funny. Never happened with Ebony Stem nor Fluid Sac, but did once on Telepole for Heathcliff. I do wonder, then. Very strange. Hope it's something I already know. In Mirror Dungeon 1, so true.
봤어요?
Yeah. Yeah. Brain moment. Okay, that arm's done, so we just go all damage on that one. Should be fine. And the speed running sure is something. I do like it. It is funny. Just I do like the idea of speedrunning, like one of the most like RNG dependent game modes in a game, the roguelike mode. There are people that do actual like speedrun stuff of like roguelike games and stuff. I know that for sure. Stuff like Isaac, Gungeon, other popular roguelikes. People do speedrun it. They do have speedrun categories. I didn't destroy the arm in time. That's, or I guess we still have more time. Still, a little annoying.
순식간에 끝내죠.
This is a fairly good boss to get as the final thing of the floor for a speedrun. Could be worse. Could be old Baba Yaga. I'm lucky the one time I actually did a speedrun of Mirror Dungeon 1, I managed to get Gita as the final boss just coincidentally, so the time wasn't like awful. If it was Baba Yaga, it would have been really funny though. And time stops now. Now, there we go. So soon. Telepole consumes 20 seconds, so even double use would only bring him to 5, which really not close to corrosion. Such a weird interaction. Yeah. You did the most, of course you would. Ryosha did the least, wonder why. There we go. Sub 20 minutes. I'll take my 1 battle pass level for 3 modules. Level 155. Not bad. Could be worse. Yippee. I've now got like 350-ish crates. Yeah, 339. And on top of that, like, I don't even need them to get the Rhino Mersault. Hey, I guess we could talk about that. How do you feel about Rhino Mersault? I'm excited to see it. It's very sad it's not Rhino Gregor. I feel like we were talking about in the past stream just how strange it was that, you know, we had seen that, but, you know, never actually showed up. So that Ryoshu only took 11 damage. Does it not count ally damage? Because, interesting. Very interesting. I actually didn't notice that. I was just more like, yeah, she didn't do much. And I kind of glossed over that part. Yeah, Rhino Mersault looks cool. He's a ball. Oh, I should actually get that GIF, shouldn't I? And, like, put that on the one of ball. Actually, don't know if I can find it. There's a GIF of, like, ball Mersault just spinning around. It's kind of awesome. I guess if I... Huh. I guess I should save this time as my current, like, quote-unquote best for Mirror Dungeon 1. That's fine. He looked incredibly silly. Like, when I first saw him, I bust out loud laughing for Solomon. I mean, that's how I feel about, like, Maxim, too. I think that's the entire thing about the rhinos anyways. They do look super goofy. They've got one of, like, the funniest looking key pages in Ruina. And, you know, that's fine. I mean, like, it's on a team where, like, rhinos, reindeer, and rabbits. So it's very fitting that rhinos, which are probably, like, the most threatening looking of those three enemies, it's very fitting that the one that sounds the most threatening looks the goofiest. Runa, rhinos looked somewhat menacing, but in LCB, he's just a ball. I mean, like, the battle sprite, though, very goofy, just the tiny little head. It's, like, a similar thing to, like the woodsman, like, Roland, just the giant suit of armor and just the tiny little baby head. Maybe I should close this. Maxim is very goofy anyways. And the rhino, very goofy. Poor Gregor, though. I mean, Mersault does need a strong identity, so him being the first person to get a third 3-star is fine because, like, W Corp Mersault is awful. N Corp Mersault's, like, fine, but, like, loses clashes a lot. He's got, like, decent tank ability, not, like, the best, though. He's probably the weakest of the 3 tanks as far as tanking goes because, well, Honglu is self-healing and Mariachi Sinclair can just evade and not take damage in the first place. Mersault just dies to bleed. I mean, so does Honglu if you're not careful, but, like, you should be at least somewhat careful about that, I think. So maybe I should just maybe I should just close the speedrunning stuff for now. We don't need to do, maybe we just do a normal run now. Because I did a speedrun of both. I'll try it again in the future, that's for sure, but I don't think I need to do more of it right now. Like that, there we go. Just a normalish run. Maybe that is funny. Milepost Survival is funny. I like all 3 of these. I don't know what's the best to go with. This is good if I want to, like, just build up a stupid amount of cost, which is a funny idea. Poise is funny when you just don't have poise teams. Mersault's the silliest of 3, though, because he can spam foolishness in solo runs and become invincible. That is true. Unfortunately, I like how they, like, semi-nerf that afterwards, so even at max protection, you still take 1 damage from every attack. He still does a lot, but, like, Mersault is very silly, that's for sure. I think just going poise stuff, just building up cost, greed run where I just build up as much cost possible and just don't spend it. Money bag run, that sounds awful though, because I'm basically just doing a run where I just don't get as many things. I do like the idea of the money bag run. See just how much cost we can build up. Although then I probably want to start with a different thing. I probably want to start with a hammer then. That's probably the best. Is it the best one? Maybe. If I focus on battles. I don't know if I want to do that though. I guess I'm just going to keep on going through these until I get struck by divine inspiration. The contract is another funny one. You know, I could just hold exploration till I get a tier 4. Could re-roll till I get just any tier 4 and just roll with that. Assuming it's one of the good ones. And, like, most of them are good for their own gimmicks. The ones that aren't gimmicky are the ones that are very questionable. Like, I don't know if you've seen this one, where Piece of Relationship, this one's just kind of awful right now. Like, it'll be really good to start with it in, like, Mirror Dungeon 2 hard, but, like, right now, this is such, like, a worthless thing. And it's a tier 4, so just whenever you see it, it's just like, wow, why? Like, it might be good eventually. Faith, janky. I kind of like it. It really shouldn't be. I don't know if it should be a tier 4. I guess it should. Kind of makes it weird. Lunar Memories, of course, insane. Then all these are varying levels of stupidly powerful. Like, these ones, very powerful. This one, very powerful. Downpour, I mean, it just tremors. It just tremor bursts everything and just inflicts more tremor. That's nice. More damage against people with that. That's... Arctic Sense is fine. These three are kind of the ones I'd say are just fine. They're a decent buff. They don't really feel powerful enough, not to the same extent as like these three, and I guess these four overall if I include Downpour. Definitely makes them strange. Burn on everyone's nice. More options, you know, we'll take more options. I do this occasionally. You know what? I've got a better idea. Give me a second to see if I can set this up. What if I do it like... Will this work? Somewhat. You might just be able to tell what's going on based on this alone. Let me... Hard dungeon, have no starting gift? Maybe. The less cost, even less likely to be used since you're not guaranteed to get it after a bunch of rerules. A lot of the stuff we know about Hard Dungeon 2 is, like, uncertain right now. That's the thing, because they're making a bunch of changes to it. That's why it's been pushed back a week. So, like, pretty much everything we do know about it, we kind of don't. We'll see more stuff tonight, I think. There we go. That's good. And we'll put this in the corner. And we'll let it make all of our decisions for us. No need to think for ourselves. Follow the will of the prescript. That's this run. Okay. Prescripts. Let me... It's not letting me change this stuff. Okay, let me try this again then. Let me set this up again. Yeah, remove that. Okay. Is there a better way to go about doing this? I hope so. I can just do a little capture Chrome like this. Filters, crop, bottom like 500. Yeah, that's pretty good. Right, like 1000, like that. Okay, good. Prescript knows all. So true. Like that, that's good, I think. There we go. There we go. That took far more effort than it should have, but I am still bad at this. Prescript time. This is something I've definitely wanted to do in like an actual run for a while, I think. Set up some sort of random number generator, but I don't have anything fancy right now, so you know. This is good enough. Okay. Prescripts. Which of these should I take with 1 being left, 3 being right, 2 being middle? 2. Okay, so I should take the little and 2-beat naughty plushie. Whatever you say. All right. I'm going to do 1 through 12, and I'm going to roll this just 7 times, or until I get 7 different answers. 5, 12, 8. I guess the numbers are a little messed up, but yeah. 5, 12, 8. Yeah, it's not going to match the numbers for these 3 because their numbers are a little messed up, but you get at what it means. 12 again, 12 again, 5 again, 4, 7, 9. Okay. 4, 7, 9. And then I guess one more. 3. Okay, so this is our team. So now we're going to have to let it choose identities, which is going to take like forever. So 1 through 4 for this. Let me roll again so it's like that. Yeah, just to make sure. 3. Okay, so you want she. And then, you know, we'll take this. No, we won't take this. We do a coin flip to see. 1 is fluid sac, 2 is telepole. So you want telepole, alright. It didn't even roll 10 for Dante. So sad. I accidentally opened Steam. Whoops. I'm great at misclicking. Okay, back to, let's see. So 1 through 4 here. So 4. So RB Chef. That's nice. And Red Eyes is guaranteed, but let's see which of those 2 we're going to get. 2 is Red Eyes Open. Red Eyes Open. Alright, so we're going for full Red Eyes. I might just open Discord there. I sure did. Oh great, my audio is now messed up. Hopefully it doesn't mess with my mic quality too. It might. Let me give it a second. Okay, it's been fixed now. I accidentally opened Discord again. It's not letting me close Discord now. There we go. Let me close Discord. Okay, I need to stop misclicking. I really need to stop misclicking. Okay, 1 through 5 for Mersault. So 3. Okay, so you want W Corp Mersault. If you insist, anything for you. We'll take Screw Loose Wallop, coin flip to see which ego goes for. 1 is Pursuance, so Pursuance it is. Love to see it. XD, yeah. Okay, now choose for Heathcliff. 5. Okay, Sunshower Heathcliff. You're really starting to give me a stacked lineup, and no choices as far as egos go. Now 1 through 6 here for Ishmael. So a 2. So Reindeer, alright. Then Art of Blossom Stars a guarantee. Let's see. 2 is Capote. Okay, 2 it is. Almost clicked Discord again, but stopped myself. It may have seemed like I actually didn't roll it there, but no, I did roll it. But the fact that it went from a 2 to staying a 2 meant it didn't actually look like it. But I can promise you, I did not rig it, so I got it. So I got Capote. LCCB Rodion. And we take everything here. And then Gregor. Which Gregor? So 3. So G-Corp. I'll take that. And then... interesting choice here. Do you want 1 for Suddenly One Day? 2 for, the other one. So Suddenly One Day. The other one. As if I don't know the name of it. God. Alright. So the prescripts have chosen our team. I guess I could turn off the random number generator when we're doing combat stuff. No, we gotta let it choose our path, at least initially. So let's do a 1 through 3 here. Actually, let me just change to something else first, just so we know. Yeah, there we go. Just random number. So 1, 2, 3. 1 is top, 2 is middle, 3 is bottom. So 2, you want us to go the middle path. Alright, then. And I guess we gotta let it choose who to bench. We'll do 1 through 7, and that'll be who we bench. 5, 6. Okay, so those 2. So you 2 will be benched. One of you will be added like later, and then the other one will be added further later. A lot of envy IDs. I guess the prescripts are feeling envious. But now we're in an actual fight, so I actually turned off chat. No, we'll turn that off. Also, Lust and Wrath. It's made in red eyes open fueling team. If that is what the prescript wishes, then who am I to deny it? They made the choice to give us like the two worst 3-star identities probably. I don't know if there's any worse than those two. But you know, it's fine. We can work with it for the sake of the prescripts. I'm not one to deny the prescripts. I almost just kept on going for auto battle just because I've gotten myself into the habit of it now. Which is not a good habit. I do not like that habit. Overbreathe. Nice. Okay. He's doing well. He's getting a kill. That's nice. I'm definitely gonna reuse this like idea in like an episode eventually, but you know, we can do it for the stream too. We just let the machine make our choices for us, and it greatly extends how long this run's gonna take. The idea of concept's there. Honestly, I don't even know if I'll see it through right now. Okay, 1 or 2. 1 is top path, 2 is bottom path. 1, so middle path, or top path it is, which is the middle path. Oh, this guy, air stick with steam. We've seen this guy. So do we or do we not? Let me reset this real quick. Okay, 1 is top choice, 2 is bottom choice. So 2. So, you know, I don't like booze. You haven't had to taste the good ones. And this is the stag from Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Yeah, there we go. Now, once again, 1 or 2? 1 it is. So we're going to go up here, and from here on out our path is predetermined. We're just going to be stuck to top path for the rest of the floor. So there shouldn't be any times we need the prescripts until after we fight the boss. I do want to see if I can find a good tool to like actually like make it so you can just press a button and randomly generate a team. It's something I've wanted to do for a while. I just don't know how to do because I'm not like an expert at programming or something. I know like basic like Java type stuff, but like that's about it. It's not really enough to like do anything too fancy. It is a goal I want to spend time on eventually. We'll see though. I'm not too worried. I guess I should have a... Oh, no, that's actually bad, isn't it? Because then it's gonna mess up the window capture. Yeah. Alright, that's fine. Did I just hit something? No, I didn't. I'm just checking Limbus Twitter, just so I'll know if anything gets posted tonight. I don't think anything's getting posted until like tomorrow morning, most likely, but I just like to check. We also don't need to like ask the prescripts for everything. We had the prescripts give us an initial team, and honestly, that might just be enough. Maybe I should. I've put the prescripts to rest. So you know that's all it needs to do really. Set up our team. Because now we're in a good spot. Like stuff like randomly generated teams, it'll make a lot more distance when there's like a difference of when there's like a lot of different egos to choose, a lot of identities, a lot of possible variety. Right now there's not like too much it can do. That's the thing. You defend. We'll just have to see the most we can make of this team, I guess. And it should be fine. God, doing the 2 speedrun runs has messed up my brain. I'm like, yeah, just hit auto battle, just hit auto battle. That's the fastest option. But no, I need to not. I need to resist. By any means possible, I must resist. Okay. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. Let's see. Energy cycle, go for the Lost Resonance, and finish it off with a little bit of a umbrella thwack. To see if, you know, we can do anything at all with Heathcliff. Once again, he might be good once we get, like, the far left reward from the Starlight. But, you know, I'm only, like, a third of the way through the entire tree, I think. And I'm not really, like, rushing through it anymore. I'm not doing much beyond, like, the daily runs and stuff. Simply because, like, I don't want to get through my energy too fast. I want to spend some time, like, where I actually start, like, building up some energy. I'm still going to be doing all the excavations and stuff, that's for sure, but I'd like to be in a better spot, because I used to be at a solid 200, and then several things happened. Auto battle is such a drug. You caught myself pressing win rate in story boss battles because of how many mirror dungeon runs I've done, which is not a good thing. Yeah, it's a hard habit to break, I'm sure. Even if it is probably best when you're trying to, like, mindlessly grind. I do really want to prevent myself from getting into the fact that, like, oh, mirror dungeon is mindless. Because I think then at that point I'm going to have a lot less fun with it if I feel like nothing I do matters. And, like, I know deep down that I could probably just be doing whatever for these and still be, like, winning them. But, like, that's no fun. They should just give us more bad stuff. I'll take the hammer, though. Yeah, I could just keep on pulling up the prescripts, make every choice. It decided the team, though, so I'm satisfied with that. That's all you really need. And we'll take you here. Let's see these guys. That's fine. Yeah, do that for the charge. We should actually probably reorder our people after this fight. Make it so Ishmael's one of the first people so she can actually build up charge. If we can get some decent, like, charge keen stuff, then we'll be able to make good use of her. Hope that hard mirror dungeon is hard enough to make win rate not viable. I actually think there's a very decent chance they're going to make it so every fight you actually choose your target. I think there's a very real chance of that, because they did that for Refraction Railways, even for what would be normal fights. So I think the idea of doing that for hard mirror dungeon 2 is very likely. And certainly I hope for. It'll make it so you have to think more. Because, you know, auto win rate, auto damage, not very great against Zabno fights. We'll see, though. We'll see tomorrow morning. I guess depending on... I guess it depends on how long you stay up for. I do not stay up very late. I used to have a bad sleep schedule, but even then it was just like, oh, I go to sleep at like 2, and then I wake up at like 8. And now it's just, I go to sleep at like 1 and wake up at 7, which I guess feels more reasonable because it is just slightly more normal person-y. I don't know. Honestly glad that I'm actually like feeling tired at night before I go to sleep, because otherwise like I can go to sleep at like otherwise I'd go to sleep at like 3 o'clock and I'd spend an hour in bed just unable to fall asleep just thinking. I'm just gonna ignore that. You know, sometimes you talk and you forget. Yeah, I don't need auto win rate to be stupid. That's my secret. I can make poor decisions of my own free volition. Your time zone estimate is going to drop today, so you're happy about that. Yeah. I guess we'll have to see. When have they been doing it in the past? If I go to their Twitter, when did they show, like, patch notes for, like, the Ishmael? Like, the Ishmael banner, they dropped the patch notes for, like, 5 a.m. my time? It's, like, when about the actual patch notes they released that day? That was at 5 a.m. too. So if they do it at the same time, it's going to be 5 a.m. tomorrow for me. We'll have to see, but I think there's a fairly decent chance that is the case. Which is, you know, meaning I'm going to have to deal with it tomorrow, which is fine. I'll, you know, wake up tomorrow, record a little video on it probably, just going over the stuff. But it's fun. Okay. Let's see. You honestly just counter so that you don't die horribly. You know, I think the painkillers work really well with Sun Shower Heathcliff because of how often he just gets staggered and dies. Since it's all based on, you know, countering in order to get his sanity down at all, but it's not really enough sanity down to matter. Oh, Envy Resonance, nice. Don't go for the Mind Whip here. All good still. And another clean enough fight. Shop time. We've got a good amount of cost thanks to the hammer. Ryosha skill replacement, absolutely. Taking I can cook anything. Phantom Pain, I'll take that. We'll get enough cost by the next time we get to a shop. We'll have to do 2 more fights on this floor. Including the boss this time, not excluding, because I normally exclude the boss when I say that kind of thing. Alright. You guys. We can go for that there, nice. If we give, like, Heathcliff another skill 3, that might be really beneficial for us. I'll have to see, though. Nice. He's actually a little low on SP right now. He's still positive, but he's a little low. No. Good. Ah. Too much speed running. It really does rot the brain. It's fine. Luckily for me, it seems that this upcoming mid-chapter event is probably going to have a very similar grinding experience. Based on the fact that the actual trailer thing shows like a bunch of cogs. That'll probably be the focus instead of bongy plushies of this upcoming one. Because we're going to need to collect the cogs in order to turn Mephistopheles into a boat. Which certainly is a plot, I guess. We'll have to, I mean, we'll have to see the details, of course. That's like going to be a vague lead, I'm sure. The railway would drop sometime mid-August, right? Yeah, that's the plan. And that's also when we're going to be getting Uptie and Threadspin 4. Alongside the changes to offense level and defense levels to kind of like simplify the process. Make it so that units don't get like stupidly like different like attack and defense powers with how levels scale as levels go up. Which will be good. This guy. What are you doing here? Other than ruining my day. Who's clashing you? Yeah, you got this. Also, if I pull up, like, what was it? There's something weird happening, like, soonish, too, isn't there? Yeah, there's gonna be the Art of Business cards in August, too. Already apologize, it's chicken grind, so hopefully it isn't that bad in this event. I'm absolutely fine if it is that grind. I did it in 2 days' time. That was a grind I could absolutely live with, and I enjoyed it. Because, I mean, the thing was, you got insane amounts of thread from that, at least at the time. Like, you got, like, 500 thread or something from that. And back before, you know... I guess back then the only thing was people got a lot of thread when the seasons shifted. Defeated the enemy, but now it's back up. What's going on? I know a lot of people didn't like the chicken grind, so, like, it's for the best if they don't make it as bad. But, like, I won't mind. I'm fine with it. It's funny. Heath is going to be bad till August, unless Uptype 4 doesn't make him good, at which point it's just sad. Yeah. We don't know just how much Uptype 4 is going to do. Like, is it going to upgrade just the effects of stuff? Is it going to be stuff like possibly adding more coins to certain skills? Will it be big changes? Will it be little changes? That's the thing. It could go whatever way. It really depends. We're also going to have to see how expensive it's going to be. Because it's going to cost, like... I mean, it's probably going to be something like 150 thread and, like, 50 shards. Something stupid like that. At least for 3 stars. It'll be less for 2 stars. Investigate the factory. So now we stagger the big guy. That's fine. That's doable. What are you going for? Oh, yeah, great. And you deal with this guy. And we clash against him, so we can just kind of go all-ish in on you. And a little bit of a side attack on this guy. We'll have to see. Like, up by 4, they're definitely gonna be careful about how they implement that, because that could absolutely change the meta significantly, which is fine. It's a single-player game. The meta can be like as like strangely done as they want it to be. Like, they certainly didn't care about giving us stupidly powerful stuff in Ruina. I don't think they're gonna care about giving us stupidly powerful stuff in Limbus, unless they do add multiplayer, which they might eventually. I think the reason why people are mad at Chicken Grind is because of how repetitive it was. It was even worse than Mirror Dungeon 1 in terms of enemy variety and what team you could use, so it felt so much worse. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Do you love the city you live in? No. Do you love the city you live in? No. Do you love the city you live in? No. Like what? 2 normal enemy variants and normal enemy fights in Chicken Dungeon. Yeah, you'd fight like K-Corp guys, the Chicken K-Corp guys, and you'd fight the various Bongies and the Abno fights. And the fact that you like you got more bongies from the actual dungeon if you had the event abnos or the event egos and event identities, which you weren't guaranteed to get by any stretch of the word. It's definitely a very valid complaint, but I don't know, I guess I'm just really not that, like, picky when it comes to this game. I just love it. I like the grind. Like, I'm not, like, going through, like, Mirror Dungeon 2 super fast because of the fact there is no time limit. I don't feel, like, inclined to do it. I'm definitely gonna max out Stardust or Starlight stuff in, like, a month or 2. So there's no need to rush it, but, like, Rahel's Chicken, it only lasted for so long and the rewards were so, like, cool. It was a shame that the Gregor identity was awful, though. Gregor's got, like, such an interesting time with some of his identities. Like, they've just been kind of giving him, like, weird 2 stars. I mean, Gregor's whole gimmick is kind of the fact that he's all about, like, negative... He's all about, like, damage-dealing status effects. Like, stuff like bleed, rupture, burn. Which is fine, but, like, the fact that, like, because a lot of them are 2 stars, well, the 2 stars, of course, can't be as good as, like, the other ones. But I'm definitely getting off track with that discussion. I do get off track a lot. Kind of feel like it's natural, though. Okay. If you insist. Not nice, but if you insist. This is only 4-3, god. This is a slow... I guess it's not that slow of a run so far. It hasn't been that long. Okay. You got that guy. You get that guy, and then you get this guy as well. Good enough. problem about getting 2 OP units that most people will just get them and not roll for any other characters. It means no more lunacy, and
No.
Limbus was made for money, so it's bad. I mean, I think the whole mindset of, oh, Limbus is made for money is kind of a flawed one. Like, even though, like, they're one, like... What was it? Like, they're one, like... Q&A thing that won, like, New Year's. It said its purpose was to, like, accrue wealth. Which really was just a very strange, like, way to translate it from the translation team, I think. From what I remember. Like, yeah, it's obviously, like, trying to make money, but, like... So is, like, every game, really. That's kind of, like, the issue. I don't know. I mean, it's fine to want to make money. Like, you need to make money to live in order to do well. In order to put your, like, aspirations, your dreams out into the world. Stuff like the story being told in this series. That's not the main thing we're talking about. So once again, getting off track. Shop. Downpour. Downpour is funny. I don't have the cost for it, but it's funny. We're not giving Mersault to skill though, so we're just gonna move on. And like, plus, like, there is the fact that, you know, they're giving us so many shards that it doesn't even matter. Like, no matter what, you don't need to pull for anything if you don't want to. If you just play like even a reasonable amount, you can just get enough shards to get everything as it comes out. Especially now. I was making a gacha game if not for the money. If they wanted to make a turn-based battler, they could have made it paid like Rune and LCR. Well, the thing is, if they want to make it a long-term story, you can't really do a one-time payment for such a long story. That's the thing. Like, this game is going to be like... The story's probably going to be like hundreds of hours long by the end. They've got very big aspirations. And it's really not reasonable. So, like, stuff like how Runa did it was really cool, of course. The fact that they were doing, like, weekly updates, stuff like that. Not saying that the game is bad. Personally, you like it more than Runa. It's just what it is. Yeah. That's true. I mean, the whole thing about games as a service is it does mean that, like, games are updated. They add more content, and it's, like, done... What am I trying to say? It just allows for, like, big games, like stuff like Terraria, Minecraft, games that, like, are updated, like, frequently. You just pay for once. There's no DLCs. There's nothing like that. They just keep on adding more and more stuff. It's only possible because of the fact they are rolling in money as it is. Like, whenever games release a lot of DLC, that's fine. Stuff like that. It's just how games need to be, really. And, like, I think Limbus was a great plan for Project Moons at all, because the thing is, they can keep it going. They can work on other games while they do it. That's their plan. They're gonna have Limbus going for a couple years, and they'll have other stuff in the background, like their Distortion Detective game and LC2, whatever that'll end up being. I don't know, I'm definitely kind of getting to the point where it's ranty, but I care a lot about the series. I have very strong opinions on that kind of stuff. Once again, to each their own. Like, it's not like there's any, like, wrong opinions. It's not like anything I say is, like, known for a fact. Ooh, these are not great clashes. I don't know how to move on from that. Just gotta talk about other stuff, I guess.
No, mat,
Ooh. Dawn's not doing great. That's fine. She got staggered a little bit. LC2 is also management like LC is. Loved Lobcorp gameplay the most out of the series so far. Yeah, I think Lobcorp is really... Lobcorp gameplay, it's really jank in a very endearing way. I mean, like, people have made the comparison for... I think of it a lot like Pikmin. Like, is Pikmin, like, awful? Yeah. Is it also really fun, though? Yeah. Can it be awful? Yeah. It's the kind of game where, like, yeah, the jank's part of it. And I really do hope they return to Lobcorp at some point, like some sort of remake or something, because it desperately needs it. There's far too many bugs. I've actually been watching my my brother play through it recently. I finally managed to get around to convincing him to play through it. He's been playing Lobcorp recently, and I've been enjoying it. Definitely some very strange things happened. Like, he repeated an entire day for, like, no reason. Like, I know how Logcore works enough. I've got no idea what was happening. It's got a lot of bugs, that's for sure. A lot of stuff that really shouldn't happen. And once again, it is very cruel. It is very... If you don't know what's happening, you can lose people a lot. It's just that kind of game. I do really like how Project Moon just goes for something different with every game, though. Like, Distortion Detective game, it's probably going to be, like, well, a detective-y type of game, investigation-type stuff. There's still going to be some sort of combat, just because, well, it's Project Moon. And the fact Distortion Detective, well, Moses' office still does plenty of fighting and stuff. And then LC2, I mean, what, managing an office, something like that? That sounds like there's a lot of potential for a game like that. We'll have to see, though, because it's the kind of thing where, like, it could absolutely just kind of grow out of proportion if they're not careful with, like, the scope of the game. And I guess Limbus will be good, because Limbus is going to flesh out a lot of the different areas of the city, just giving us an idea of a lot of the different nests. So in something like LC2, they'll be able to have, like, a bunch of nests and stuff. Hate it so much when people just say skip LC, start with Rune instead. It's just a good game and absolutely not worth skipping. Yeah. Like, I understand Lobcorp is not the game for everyone. It's definitely a lot harder to approach. It's a lot harder to get people invested in the series with Lobcorp as the thing. Like, I do have a friend who's played Ruina and he's played Limbus. He's played like 20 hours. He's played up to like day 20 something of Lobcorp. It just really wasn't his style, which is a shame. A lot of the moments in Ruina hit so much harder if you do have the experience. Stuff like Netzach Realization, when you just see Silent Orchestra Angela, it hits so hard if you know what's happening. Like, wow, we're getting you right now. This is going to be awful. And of course, stuff like Apocalypse Bird, White Knight, the Avnos side of stuff. And there is the fact that, like, I do think Ruined actually handles it really well. Even if you have played with Lobcorp or not, you kind of, like, your perspective shifts. If you played Lobcorp first, then of course you're going to feel like Angela's, like, the protagonist. You know what she knows roughly, and whatever Roland's saying appears new to you. But if you're starting with Ruina, then I think Roland shines as the protagonist more, as he's, like, learning about the events of Lobcorp and stuff. Although you are still learning about the stuff of the city. But it provides you, like, a nice little, like... It's a different experience for everyone. People understand skipping the game, but they don't like it, but skipping it entirely is such a weird thing. Yeah. It really is. And, like, stuff like, watch the story. No. That's really... Watching the story for Lobcorp is just such an awful idea. Since the story is, like, only such a part of it. I mean, same for Ruina. There's a lot told in the actual combat, in the actual gameplay, that you don't get from just watching the story. We don't need another mind whip. That's a bad idea. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, when I first got into LobCorp, I was like watching a playthrough. I was like, this game's cool. I don't ever want to play this game because it doesn't look fun. But like a few months later, I got the game. I played it. I liked it a lot. I wasn't blind, unfortunately. Like, it would have been a lot more interesting if it was blind. But then, of course, I wouldn't have known about the game. It's relatively small because that was like mid 2019, I think. And like, I don't know. It's the kind of thing I really didn't expect to be up my alley. I think it's the kind of thing that a lot more people, I think, would like it than they realized they would. Like people, like just people turning it down just because they don't like the vibe isn't great. Kind of made for you to suffer through resets and loss of agents to make the story hit harder. So watching on YouTube doesn't hit at all. Yeah. Like if nothing else, watch a playthrough, I guess. I still feel like that's kind of missing out. Because if you're watching a playthrough, well, you're not being attached to the employees. You're not the people you made. It doesn't feel like it's your responsibilities. It's probably better than nothing, but once again, I don't know. It just makes it super hard to get people into the series if you want them to play in order. Especially because, like, LobCorp is, well, it's only on Steam, while, like, Runa is on Steam and Xbox, and, Limbus is on Steam and mobile. So LobCorp is kind of like the most restricted. I don't even know. Can you even play LobCorp on Max? Maybe. I think it's honestly probably fine on Max. Possibly. Actually, I don't think Runa is, though, so probably not. Who knows? That's not really the point, though.
No.
It's the kind of thing you gotta understand, like, maybe you kind of just gotta hope that even if people don't experience it in the right order, they'll understand it fully. Like, if people really like Limbus, they should, of course, play LobCorp and such. Limbus is definitely, like, more popular than LobCorp or Runa ever was, I'd say. It's definitely blowing in popularity with a lot of different spheres. And thanks to that, there are definitely more people checking out Runa and Limbus, or Runa and LobCorp. Not everyone, of course. Some people are just going into Limbus alone. They're missing out on context for a lot of stuff. The game is providing context as best that they can, though. Stuff like how they actually just straight up talk about W Corp in Dante's notes. And, the horrors.
목적지까지 가기 위하여
전투에 임하겠습니다.
No. Mat.
Yeah, like, looking at, like, the Steam charts for LobCorp, like, the past 24 hours, the peak player count was 3,150, and the all-time peak is 3,748, so it was only, like, it was only 600 people short of the all-time peak players in, like, the past 24 hours. Like, even looking at it, like, it's gotten such, like, an insane gain from, like, some of these previous months. Just because, well, more people are getting into the series, and I'm sure it'll be similar if I look up the Steam charts for Runa.
정신이 물러 터졌군요.
모을 필요는 없군요.
Let's see, it's not. Yeah, here's Runa. Oh, whoops.
처리했어.
Yeah, I mean, Runa actually has a lower player count than LobCorp, which is a little sad, but that's fine.
목표
2,781 in the 24-hour peak. That's fine. It's still higher than it was like the previous month. It's still gaining. It's still not bad. But then Limbus, like, currently, I mean, it's got 6,164 people on it right now. 8,773 is the 24-hour peak. And keep in mind, there's a lot of people who play Limbus Mobile. So that's only just the Steam players. It's kind of insane. Okay, these guys.
방해물을 제거합니다.
아,
내가 너를 위해 기도할 것이니 넌 반드시 부서진다.
counter, alright. Kind of like out of breath a little bit. I've been talking a lot. It's all good though. Just something I'm passionate about, so of course I talked a bunch about it. Definitely gonna try and see if I can wrap up this run relatively quickly. I haven't really been paying a lot of attention. I've just kind of been talking and it's been like kind of like instinctive for the most part. Which is always funny. I've probably made like plenty of like awful decisions that like I would have like easily noticed if I was paying a bit more attention. But that's fine. It's part of the fun. Like I really kind of just glanced over earlier, but like Ishmael sure did mind whip Mersault at some point. I did briefly mention it, just saying something like I'm not gonna comment on what's happening right now. Just cause, well, funny.
터졌군요.
Guess I just gotta start talking about something else. How are you doing today? Are you doing good? I'm doing great, I think. Considering that there's almost no spike in player count since LCB release, which is kind of weird. Guess it. All fans just want to play Limbus instead of LobCorp or Ruina. Yeah.
No. Mat.
Player count stuff is weird.
정신 차릴 수 없을 것이오.
Stuff like Limbus is always gonna have a higher player count just because of the fact there's more, well, reason to play it for people who actually like are still actively playing it. Like there's not too much of a reason to go back to like visit LobCorp and Ruin unless you're doing a replay or just using mods, stuff like that. Sure. Top path, I guess. The shop path.
빨리 시작하시죠.
See anything from Project Moon yet? Probably not. There really shouldn't be anything right now, I think. Yeah. It's still a while coming. Are you expecting it to be out tonight? Which is fine. Jin, you replay LobCorp a lot, but you just have LobCorp brains about, so maybe there's that.
No.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I don't think I've replayed it a lot. I mean, my main way of getting rid of brain rot is just watching a lot of playthroughs, both of people I know and just random people online. Like, I've definitely, like, watched a total of, like, 6 or so full playthroughs of Ruina without, like, skipping much, if anything. Like, it's definitely at least that amount, and there was a couple I've watched, like, highlights of, stuff like that. Because, like, personally, like, Ruina's my favorite. That's for sure. I do like all the games, of course. I like them all a lot. Ruin is like the one that really like stuck out to me. I mean, a lot of the reason why I'm not as attached to LobCorp is the fact when I first played it, there was the old English translation, so I had absolutely no idea what was going on with the story. Even especially stuff like Bina was just completely incomprehensible. I do think that's like safe to blame for a lot of my like the fact that I do like LobCorp. I just don't feel as like I definitely feel nostalgic for it. I just don't feel as attached to the story, even though I do deeply care for it. Just because like I don't remember how I reacted my very first time to anything really, other than like vague emotions,
No.
which is sad. I do wish I could have had like a better reaction to LobCorp. It was mainly just the gameplay for me. Which is funny since I care so much about the story of the series now. It's kind of like feels hard to like connect that like silly little game I played like a while back with like
로자, 교전 시작.
Ruin and Limbus. They all feel so different. It's so
모을 필요는
similar
없겠군요.
when
그다지
you really get
유쾌하지
down to it.
모을 필요는 없겠군요.
이번엔 어떤
Risky
짓을 한
encounter.
아기들이요?
And let's see. Not great. That's fine. We can still make it work. There we go. Nice. This floor is always very dangerous. Yeah, stuff like that happens. Okay, she still won.
No.
Just lost the first coin,
But
which is unfortunate, but it's fine.
내가 너를 위해 기도할 것이니
So that you shall surely break. PM is such a good company, especially because of how diverse their games are. The ones that have the most similarities are Limbus and Ruin, yet even those two are very different in how you play them. Yeah, absolutely. Like, Limbus definitely does, like, include mechanics from previous games. Stuff like bringing back, like, sanity from, like,
아이들을 해치우세요.
LobCorp, incorporating that. Stuff like bring back kind of, like, similar stuff to the works when you, like, do interact with them. And, I mean, the similarities with Ruin are very obvious. Similar-ish combat, but still very different. Coins instead of dice. These, like, auto-battle-esque type things, where you kind of just don't choose who they target, you just choose what skills they use. It's very reminiscent of, like, the beta Runa stuff you saw. You'd kind of just choose what people use, and they just kind of auto-used it, just auto-fought against each other. Although, of course, here it's a lot more organized, which I think is good.
전투에 임할
Beta Runa looks very goofy. Kind of wish it was playable. I actually still have not touched Beta LobCorp. That also could be something interesting to do sometime in the future. Because I know some stuff about it. I know that's where, like, Price of Silence is from, and, like, two of the other Weird Abnos, Hammer of Light, and the Screenwriter play. And it's definitely very different, but I just haven't gotten around to it.
빨리
Could be fun.
시작하시죠.
Okay. Let's see. What to do here? Victor Pierce. We don't have any of the 5 target mass attack people on this team. That's unfortunate. I guess we've got your mass attack. That's pretty good here. We can just like pop this and then it'll go like fairly decently. Then we just need to clash with everyone else and hope it's fine. A lot of hoping. A lot of hoping. Like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Legacy LobCorp is extremely silly. Stuff like, I'm pretty sure, like, clip-off levels are, like, on a timer, aren't they? Instead of being based on, like, works done. And Abno's kind of mood shifts based on, like, time. Stuff like that. There's different work types. A lot of different stuff like that.
정신 차릴 수 없을
And there's
것이오.
like that one cool mechanic. I forget what it's called, but like Like, Final Observation, that's the one. Where, like, some fancy observation type stuff happens when you, like, fully research them or whatever. Definitely a lot of cool stuff. This is gonna be very deadly for these or for these Pekatule. I also do think, like, there's also definitely some cool LobCorp mods. There's definitely cool Ruina mods to look into. I've done, like, maybe 1 or 2 Ruina mods, and that's about it. And there's definitely a lot of, like, really high quality stuff on the workshop. And, like, as far as LobCorp mods go, there's stuff like WonderLab mod that adds just a bunch of WonderLab Abnos, stuff like that. That seems like it could be really cool. I haven't seen much on it. Just thought it might be worth looking into one day.
No, mat,
Because I've gone through, like, pretty much everything that's actually, like, canon in this series, so I might as well check out, like, some fan people stuff. Like, I'm the kind of person who, like, I never read, like, I can never read stuff like fan fictions just because the fact that it isn't, like, official always, like, kind of, like, nags at me, and therefore it just kind of feels off. Like, of course, no, like, offense to people who do, like, stuff that's like that. If you enjoy it, other people enjoy it, so keep on doing it, absolutely. I think it's, like, really cool to do stuff like that. It's just not my cup of tea. Turbulence Office best mod for Rune, no contest for sure. Like, that's what I've heard the name of, but I don't know for sure. I've made a couple, like, appearance projection stuff for Runa. Like, if you've ever seen, like, the Germa, that was me. The one that's just, like, the Germa green screens. That one's, like, semi-popular. Or stuff like... I made a lot of stupid stuff like that. Like, I made one of, like, just PNGs of Obama, PNGs of Scout, stuff like that. All very low quality, but still funny. It's just fun. I mean, most of the stuff was just, like, vague edits, stuff like that. Like, let me look through some of my other ones. Oh yeah, like, the drip mod. Where it's just, like, the drip, you can do it as, like... It's just, like, the drip thing as, like, an appearance projection, so their head just appears on top of, like, the actual, like, quote-unquote drip PNG. If that makes sense, maybe not. Funko Sheldon, I don't know why I made that. Librarian of Death, which is literally just... Unlike the actual Librarian of Death mod, this actually came before that. It's literally just Boundary of Death, but as an actual librarian. I don't know, stupid stuff like that. Because it's funny.
No, mat,
I know, another, like... I haven't made any, like, actual serious... I did kind of want to make one, like, semi-serious mod for Ruin, and I did it, like, somewhat. I made some progress on it. Oh, whoops. You're fine, Mersault. He's fine. He'll get better. That was guaranteed to happen sooner or later. He actually got hit by a Mind Whip earlier, but lived. He was not that lucky this time. Well, we should be fine. You know, we'll hire someone here. We've actually got plenty of money. Remember when this was supposed to be as a prescript wills it run? Because I don't, since that never happened. What was I talking about? Yeah, there was a one, like, semi-serious mod I wanted to make, but, like, nothing too fancy. I just kind of messed around with it. I did some stupid stuff. Like, you could do stuff like a page that had, like, 5 coins of, like, Boundary of Death. And you could make them, like, ranged. You could make it so it's, like, a 99 to 99 plus 45 on a max value.
근로자 교전 시작.
The mod maker is super cool. I'd actually never even messed with the actual cutscene editor, but that was a thing you could do. And there's also a bunch of possibilities with that. I saw people using it a bunch for memes at first. Issue is they never actually like fully finished the actual like mod editor. Like there's still no official support for making mass attacks. Now you can still make mass attacks by just changing some of the text around. It's pretty easy enough. I did it and it worked fine. But it's still like it still shows up as being 10-line finished. Like they've got like on play pages an option that you can't select, which is also what they have for mass attacks. A lot of effects just straight up don't show up, don't work, stuff like that. Kind of sad they seem to have just never went back to like doing anything about it. But it's fine, they're doing other stuff, so it makes enough sense. Oh. Okay, Dawn's fine. She's gotten through her stagger thresholds thanks to being a she unit. Cooking anything? In progress? The cooking of anything.
No, mat,
Wish there was actual mod support for LobCorp. Well, they couldn't add actual mod support for LobCorp without, you know, having to actually address a lot of the issues with LobCorp. I feel like they're gonna get back to it one day when they actually make like either like a remake or they just polish it out, something like that. I'm sure then they'll actually do something like mod support for LobCorp. The unofficial LobCorp mod support's still pretty good, though. This is Fairy Gentleman. I know most of them. I haven't seen Fairy Longlegs in, like, forever. I saw him twice in my own time, but never again. Fairy Gentleman, yep. Let's see, we're just gonna go all out on this, I think. Just kill mode. Just kill mode, I think. Like that, yeah. You go for that. You go for... No, you do this. Yes. You can go for ADD. And then you can go for Art of Blossom Star. That'll be good. Just using a lot of egos. That's the entire game plan here. It's gotten like late enough to the point where I'm not really like fully thinking, so I just kind of want to get this done fast because otherwise like the brain power is just gonna keep on dropping. I fear. God, I really need to like get into the habit of staying up more, especially if I'm gonna try streaming this late. Of course I stream this late because of the fact like Wednesdays, that's when the updates come out, but like I don't need to do it like that every day, I guess. Oh darn, didn't get the plus 10 power because we didn't get the pride, or we didn't get the envy resonance. Unfortunate. Forgot about that part. Oh well, it's fine. Still was a 39 roll, which is a little good.
자, 맛볼 시간이다.
God, my cursor is just slightly visible. That's annoying. I don't know why I'm putting... I usually put it to the right of the screen when I'm not actively moving it just so it doesn't show up. Because normally it bothers me. Normally. Yes, it isn't bothering me particularly right now, though.
따뜻하게 안아줄 수는 있어요.
That's fine. And nice. That's one turn of it down, so we can just kind of go all out on the arm again, and that'll be death, I think. That's always the funny strategy you can do in Mirror Dungeon 2. Just don't use too many egos. Really, like, it's hard to run out of actual stuff here. It's very hard to run out of all of your sin resources, because you just get so many. Like that. There we go. Very good. Too many Mirror runs has fried the brain. Real.
여행은 목적이 있었지.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a bunch of new stuff, though. Excited to see the fact that they're going to be bringing back the Refraction Railway stuff for Mirror Dungeon 2 Hard. Because I do really want to fight my form empties. That's probably like my second favorite fight in the game right now. Only beaten by the Chromer fight. Chromer fight, I don't even know. I think Chromer fight, I think, is like fine gameplay. I don't think it's anything like too insane gameplay wise, but like the music just elevates it beyond. Even though I've listened to that on repeat for like hours upon hours. Like Between Two Worlds is just too good. It's honestly like insane. I did like a lot of the new. I feel like I need to fight some of the new people again, like the Dong Bak fights, the Dong Grang fights. I think that'll be what Refraction Railway 2 is for. Me fighting them again to get like really embrace how much I like them. Because I don't really want to go through the Kanto 4 dungeon again. And I guess I just can refight Dong Bak whenever I want easily enough. They're going to be such speedrun killers though. Frog in my form empties at least. Yeah. Oh. Pop. That's fine. We can kill now. No. There we go. We'll have to see. I mean, I don't think Frog will be too bad in the case of a speedrun. The only reason his HP was so insane is because it was the Refraction Railway itself. Therefore, everything's HP was kind of stupidly bloated. The Frog is a Zayn class Abno, so it shouldn't be too bad usually. Keyword is usually. We'll see if they actually like do change it. If it is still like 1500 HP, that'll be awful. Since it just kind of tanks damage. You'll have 7 people though, so it shouldn't be too bad. 107 Starlight that time. Nice. And it's past level 158. Very cool. So I can just claim even more. The fact you get 9 boxes for every run is just so insane. Building up so fast. I can modularize this again. Yeah, I did start. I have started using Lunacy to refill my encapsulant at least once per day. Because I actually just had never thought about doing it because I was like, yeah, I don't need it. But like it is a really good deal because 26 Lunacy for a full like bar worth of encapsulant. That's really good. Now let's see, 166, slowly gaining. If I wanted to, I could get one of these now too. Offense level up, HP up. I'm just gonna save for these though. No need to put it off because I really want the stagger threshold one. Let's see. But I do think that will be it for this stream. Of course, I'll be streaming again Wednesday when the update's coming out, of course. Should be, I mean, it'll be fun probably. We'll have to see exactly how it works. I guess tomorrow morning is when we'll see a lot of the details. Unless something changes, the plan's going to be to stream again on Wednesday. But yeah, so thank you for watching, and see ya